What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. I just want to talk about something real quick, and the subject is going to be results. And you're probably like, oh, yes, let's talk about my results. How about we stop talking about your results? How about we stop talking about my results? How about we stop talking about results in general? I'm going to tell you the problem with this. The problem with this is hanging on to results that you had and that you may not have currently. A lot of people, including myself, we all do it. We get to this point where we had lost a bunch of weight, or we had seen really good results, and we keep holding on to that. We keep holding on to that thought or that insignificant idea that we're saying, well, I lost 60 pounds, I lost 100 pounds, I lost 120 pounds, blah, 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 blah. If you're not currently at that stage, you can't say those things. If you're not currently on plan, stop gloating about results that you had from before. I'm not saying not to be proud of your results. What I'm saying is, just because you lost 40 pounds a year ago, did you gain it back? Did you gain 60 back? Are you halfway back? Are you actually maintaining? Are you actually eating right? Are you actually doing what it takes to be able to stay there? Are you actually moving forward and progressing towards new goals? Did you get to a point you achieved and you moved past that, or did you get to a point you stopped, you fell off, and now you're holding on to false goals that you achieved? We can't do this. We can't do this because not only does it hinder your progress for the future, but it actually stops you from being able to hold on to the previous idea. And what I mean by that is, say for instance, I lost 140 pounds. Now my specific goals have changed. I wanted to get really lean. I got down to 193. Okay, and there's no lie, there's no reason to lie about it. I wasn't perfect for a while. I stopped running. I actually injured my leg, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying this is what happened. I injured my leg. I got really discouraged. I started eating bad for a while. I got into a relationship with a girl in England, and she sort of got off on the whole idea of me overeating, and I kind of like overeating, so it was kind of like a joke running back and forth, and it got a little out of control. Well, that was pretty short-lived, but I'm a binge eater, and I can put on weight pretty fast. And I'm not saying I stopped working out or stopped doing anything, but my cycle went up, and I went from 193, and then I traveled for a couple months in Europe and stuff like that, so that was it was pretty challenging. It was one of the first times that I had backpacked for an extended period of time. So I think I put on like 15, 20 pounds like that. And that's just because of the inconsistency with my meals and stuff. So I went from 193 to about 215, 220. And then we started dating more regularly. It was a really bad relationship as far as like screaming back and forth and stuff. The stress was through the roof. I couldn't focus on anything but the stress. And I'm not blaming it. I'm not making excuses. It is what it is. And this happens to all of us. And then I don't really know exactly what I did. We separated, and I was like, okay, that was clearly something that was bad for me. So I didn't really go into a cutting phase. I was sitting at like 230, and I'm like, I need to go into a bulking phase. I need to build muscle. As a guy, as guys usually think, no matter how skinny or fat a girl is, and pardon my French, I'm not fat bashing or weight bashing or whatever. That was a horrible way to explain that. But you know me, I'm not a body shamer or whatever. But no matter how skinny or how big a girl is, girls always want to usually lose weight for the majority. And even if she's skinny, she thinks she's overweight. And you guys can attest to that, I'm sure. And there is the rare occasion where people know they're not, or whatever, and they're still definitely hard on themselves in different ways. But guys, even if guys are overweight or fat or have probably 100 pounds to lose, they want to put on muscle. Males want to be masculine. Females want to be feminine. So I was at 230, and I went from 230 to I bulked up, and I was building muscle, and I was actually, to be honest, by the time I went to Asia, I had hit, and I'm a lot denser. Like it's a lot denser, but it's a weird process because mentally we still hold on to. I lost 142 pounds. Well, at that point, at 250, I would be sitting at about 100 pounds lost, and it's weird because my goals have changed. So we have to stop holding on to not only the idea that you lost 150 pounds, because I did, and that's fine. But I went from being fat to fit to changing my goals due to injuries and due to the ability that I just don't like running. It's not my thing. I don't think I'm built for it. I'm naturally a broad guy. And no, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, I'm not built like a long distance runner. There's different types of body types, okay? I'm an endomorph. I'm a short, stocky guy. An ectomorph, somebody that's tall and lanky, would naturally be a good runner. I'm not a fast runner, even at my best, and that doesn't mean I won't do it and continue to do it in the future. But what I'm saying is, know your body style, know your body type, and favor different types of workouts. And there's definitely different types of workouts, and we can cover those in the future in future videos. I might actually do a ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph videos so that you guys can understand exactly what that means, because there are three main types of body types, but usually you're like one of the other or part of one and part of the other. There's not really like fall into certain categories or anything like that. And it depends on, I'm an endomorph, but I'm probably getting closer to like endomeso, which means I'm naturally a chunky, thick guy. But as I progress in my weightlifting and stuff like that, I can have a muscular look. So I'm kind of going in between, and it'll probably lean towards mesomorph as I get closer, but it takes a lot of work for me because of my body type. What I'm saying is, then I go up to 250, and now I'm sitting at, right now, I've been doing a cut for a while, and I'm comfortable around 220. That's just my thing. I'll be honest, 100% honest, I feel really good at like 193. That feels really good. It feels really good. But I feel very bony and stuff. But honestly, lean feels good too. It does feel good. It feels good to wear small shirts and stuff like that. And in the future, I may try to lean back down to 200. Currently, I'm hoping, right now I'm sitting at I want to say it was 227 yesterday to 229 today, whatever. Damn scale. We're always defined by the damn scale, right? We're not, by the way. So I woke up today, it was 229, so I'd say 227 or something like that. I'm going to put in a good run/jog tonight, and I'm hoping to wake up at like 226 tomorrow. We'll see. But that being said, I went from the 250, at the height of my Asian trip, and that's lifting every day, eating foods, and staying on track and everything. And I was about 80-90% on track, which was really good if you saw how I was traveling. Some days I was on a train for 20 hours or something like that. I really, really did my best to be able to stay on track. And I saw and this is kind of weird, but I saw some like major chest development and stuff. Apparently this side of my chest is not as big. I need to work on that. But sorry, that's kind of awkward. Drink your damn water. But I did 250, and then I got back, and I'm like, okay, I need to lose some of this weight. I need to go into a cut, because I knew a cut wasn't going to be sufficient to be able to do that there. It's okay to be able to consume extra food, but I was going to have a hard time being able to regulate my foods exactly at where I was for my cut, considering I was traveling all over the place. It was easy to get rice, and I was very much so avoiding vegetables just because of dysentery and stuff. And I know that that's not an excuse. That's health. That's safety. I was being safe because um, raw or uncooked or bad vegetables can get you really sick. So I was being very careful to make sure it was mostly meats and some carbohydrates. So that being said, I come back and I'm, sitting at what I'm sitting at. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, I'm really trying to push myself to the level, but I don't want to re-injure my calf. So I'm like not really going too crazy. Plus my knees kind of not happy with it because you're really not supposed to be running and stuff like that when you're my size. As far as like 250, you have to work, you have to build all those muscles to be able to protect your joints. Plus I'm going to cut, so I'm doing really high reps. My joints are hurting like crazy. Like my elbow's jacked, this wrist is jacked, my knee, my left knee is kind of jacked. So I'm really trying to alter my plan and be very, very weary. But hoping, cross my fingers for 218 next week. And I'm also working on body fat percentage goals. For instance, when I started healthy living for a healthy life, my body fat percentage, I believe, was at something like 49%. It was extremely high, and I kept not believing it or whatever. And now I'm sitting at, on a good day, 26.2% body fat. And I know that's really high, and you're probably like, holy crap. But I think everybody carries weight differently and stuff like that, and that's no excuse. Again, I'm not excusing myself. But I'm saying I really want to get down to like 20% before I leave for Colombia because I want to kind of hover around that, or I'm going to remake my goal to be able to adapt to the whatever I'll be doing when I'm in Colombia, because I'm not sure if I'm going to go into a bulk, if it's going to be easier depending on food, or if I'm going to try to stay lean, or what I'm going to do. So that'll change. But what I'm saying is, a lot of the times, and if you don't come to the realization that you've changed your goal, you will constantly be saying those things. You got to stop saying, if you lost 40 pounds, that's fine if you've maintained it. Don't keep saying you've lost 40 pounds, because I'll be honest, when I say I lost 150 pounds, it goes into this huge mental mind screw, because I'm like, hey, I lost 150 pounds, but now I'm bulking, and I go into like this whole thing, so you have to kind of change the way you say things. Don't hold on to previous results, because my results and my goals have completely changed due to my journey. My basic journey is I've always wanted to be a buff guy, and I'm not there, obviously. But I want to be able to show, I've kind of not really 100% mastered, but I know a lot about weight loss, and I can help people lose weight and stuff like that. So now I want to be able to help the skinny guys, because I got pretty lean, for my body type. I got pretty lean, and I'm going to get there again, but I'm going to build the muscle properly and then cut. And I'm learning everything. We all are all learning a process. And that's what you have to remember. This is learning a process. Your body is changing each and every single day. But I want you to know, if you're holding on to an idea, or you're saying, I lost 60 pounds, I lost 60 pounds, I lost 60 pounds, I lost 60 pounds. And if you're saying that kind of crap and you're coming back each and every single day and saying, I lost 60 pounds, I lost 60 pounds, and I'm sitting there like, you probably gained 20 back. Okay? I'm seeing it from the outside. Other people are seeing me from the outside. It's obvious, It's obvious. And you need to be realistic with yourself. Don't lie to yourself, because, who cares? There's no point. Where's my damn water? Where's my damn water? I just went and got a water bottle, didn't I? Dang it. Anyway. What the heck? So, the thing is, yeah, you probably had results. But if you haven't lost a single pound in 6 months and you're still saying, yeah, I lost 50 pounds, I lost blah, 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 stop. Pretend like you're brand new on the journey and you ain't lost nothing. Because that's how you lost the 60 pounds. Maybe you gained 20 back. I'm not here to judge you, okay? I don't give a damn. You know, I go up and down in weight, and it depends on my goals. But I will say, I have not stopped focusing on my food. I have actually avoided relationships and things like the plague. And do you know why I've done that? I've done that specifically. I don't go hang out with people. I don't do anything because I'm focused as hard as I can. And this is a bipolar dude with severe mania, scatterbrain nut job half the time. I am trying my best to be able to achieve my goal of gaining muscle and losing fat and things like that. And if you're not making it your priority, if you're not going to the gym every day, or if you're not exercising every day, or if you're not working towards figuring out what next week's meal plan is, or if you haven't been tracking like my little binder over there, I pull that out a lot. Would you like me to pull it out? Probably not. But I have, what is it, 8, 6, and I'm still going. I'm still going. 8 weeks I did, I think it was like, no, I did 8 weeks of a bulk. Then I went to Thailand or Asia, and I did another 8 weeks of bulk the whole time. Was off a little bit towards the end. So that's 16 weeks of tracking. I've got a giant binder. This binder's getting bigger and bigger because I want to know. I want to know what I'm doing right. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. I want to know when I'm seeing the results. I'm emailing myself every week, progress pictures and all that. I'm not saying my progress is as fast as it probably could be, but I'm really doing my best. You know, I'm really doing my best to be able to keep track. So I can legitimately say that I'm busting my ass. Sometimes, like a couple weeks ago, like what I'm doing basically right now is, I guess you would call it cyclical low carb or cyclical low carb. So I go low carb for about 2 weeks, and I try really hard to stay on track for 2 weeks, and sometimes it's difficult, I'll be honest. But I've been doing it since I came back. Has it been since I came back? I believe it's been since I came back. I can tell you if I read my emails. But since I came back, roughly, I started going low carb. No, it was about 2 weeks after, because I'm like, okay, I'm not seeing the results. What's going on? So I tried a couple different things with my shoulder hurts. I tried a couple different things with like low carb, low-ish carb, like 50 carbs, 100 carbs, and stuff like that. It wasn't working. I wasn't seeing any results. So I did the 8 weeks, then I did a 6-week cut. Now I'm getting this like the 6.5 weeks of a second cut. So that's 8 and 8, 16, 16 and 6 is 22, 22 and yeah. So 16 and 12 is 28, right? 28 weeks of tracking. You guys, I've been doing 28 weeks of tracking. 28 weeks of solid, I want to say, aside from like northern Vietnam, I think there was like a week that I wasn't able to make it to the gym, but I was still working out every day. Every day that I was still working out, I was doing legs, I was doing everything I could, okay? But I would say aside from like a week that was a little bit shoddy in northern Vietnam when I was on the motorcycles, I have gone to the gym every single scheduled day. Now there are some days where I was like, okay, I'm in too much pain. I'm gonna switch my rest day to a different day so that I can give my body a little bit more time to rest, just listening to my body, how it's responding and stuff like that. But you know what? Pat on the back. That hurts my shoulder. Pat on the back, because if you are doing those things and you're going through the motions, regardless if you're seeing results or not, you're training your mind. You are training your mind to not give up. It doesn't matter if you get results every day, because you're not going to, okay? Some of the results are very slow. Some of the process is very tedious. Some of the planning, the preparation can be very much so pain in the ass. But I will tell you, it is worth it. It is worth it not only because you're giving your body something good. You're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on yourself probably a lot more than you have in the past. But the majority of what I want to be able to pass on to you right now, excuse me, is please, if you have not moved on the scale, if you have not changed things, if you're not seeing results like you haven't seen in a while, meaning if you lost 50 pounds, but you're holding on to that idea that you lost 50 pounds, but you haven't budged in 6 months, you need to start over. You need to get going. You need to shock your body. You need to get specific on your meal prep. You need to meal plan. You need to do whatever it takes to shake up your system and start seeing some movement again, because you're going to be stagnant. Your body has adapted to what it's doing. You need to tell your body, hey, it's time to let all hell break loose, and we are making a move. If you're walking 20 minutes, don't, okay? Change that. Change it. I'm not saying go crazy and start walking an hour, because you don't want to do that either. But you need to change something. Do small little minute things. If that doesn't work for 2 weeks, if you don't see change a little more. If that doesn't work, change a little more. Keep adding to the change. Eventually, you're going to break free. You have to do it, or else you're going to sit there with these false results of you lost 60 pounds, and then guess what? You're going to gain 80. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wake up, okay? Wake up. I have the amazing ability to be in this group and be seen 24/7 and stuff like that, you guys. So I have to do my best, but you also have to answer to yourself. Every time you falsely say, I lost 50 pounds, and you know damn well you gained back 20, or you haven't moved in 6 months, stop lifting yourself up with those results that are not current. Okay, get some current results. Get you some. All right, feel good about it again. And there's nobody to blame. Okay, you ain't got to blame yourself, but you probably sat there long enough, and it's time to get moving. You guys, I hope that you like this video. I hope it makes sense. I hope it gets in your mind. We all become stagnant, and we have to focus on the continuous progression, the continuous moving. If you gave me $5 a week for the rest of my life, would I ever continue to work harder? No. But if you gave me $5, and then the next week you said, if you work a little bit harder, I'm going to give you 10. If you work a little bit harder, I'm going to give you 15. Don't you think I'm going to keep working harder and keep trying to focus on achieving more and giving you more? Well, that's the same thing with your body. You're giving your body 1,700 calories. You're giving it 20 minutes of cardio a day. Guess what it's giving you? Not a damn result. But you give it a little bit more. You tweak it and you go 1,650 today per week. See what happens. If that don't change, 1,650, and we're going to go. And I'm not saying bottom out your calories. Don't be eating no 500 calories, because then as soon as you change it, you're going to gain weight. Don't do that. But the important thing is that you're constantly changing and constantly shocking your body. And you know what's funny? Because I'm going to try this in the future. A lot of bodybuilders and a lot of people that are trying to gain muscle will be really high carb on their I met a guy the other day, super small guy. He is eating, and he's going to a show, works at the nutrition shop down the street by the gym, and he was really high carb, and he has to eat a lot because he's a little guy and he doesn't put on weight at all. Lucky little bastard. But he eats when he's bulking, and I mean bulking, he gains 5 pounds. This guy has to eat 7,000 calories a day to gain 5 or 10 pounds. But when he's cutting and losing weight, he's at 600 carbs a day. So there's all types of different things that you can do. Carbs are not necessarily bad. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're sensitive to eating carbs and you're weak on them and you can't eat a tiny bit of pasta without hitting up Dairy Queen, that's why you're probably here. That's why I do it, because I can't introduce them. I start getting highs and lows and I start craving things and stuff like that. I need control. You guys, have a beautiful day. Stop hanging on to previous results. Get you some now. Okay, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to reignite your flame, and the only person that can do that is you. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Follow us on Instagram. I don't ever say that, but it's One Big Impact on Instagram. Go check out our website. If you guys got any advice for the website, please check it out. Let me know. onebigimpact.com. Also, follow us on, I don't have a Twitter. I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't know how Twitter works. What was the other thing? Teespring. Just type in One Big Impact. Go check out our store. Go get some merchandise. Oh, I think I got some stuff coming soon. Some cool little, just a little something that I think everybody will enjoy. Maybe it'll be after my trip. Have a good day, guys. Keep up the good work, by the way. I'm not bagging on you. I'm just saying. If you ain't got some results for a while, don't be holding on to false results from the past. Know what I'm saying?